This is all the tech buzz right now. Let's bring in Lance Ulanoff, the editor-in-chief of PC Mag in New York, because he's got the dish on a new Dream by T-Mobile that just came out today. It is a smartphone, Lance, that it's powered by Google's Android operating system. And like anything Google creates, everybody's watching so closely as to what they're going to do.
Of course. Well, it's the first Google phone. It's the first Google hardware device, really. Closest thing you'll probably ever get to a Google PC. And that's the great thing about smartphones today. They basically are PCs in your pocket. This is a very web-centric phone from Google. It has a physical button for Google search right on it. It also has a lot of things that are a lot like the iPhone. It has a touch screen. It has an accelerometer, which lets it know what position it's in. Of course, it has music, and it has a camera in it, but the thing it does have that the iPhone doesn't have is a keyboard, a full QWERTY keyboard, which could make it attractive to all the people who said, I just can't get an iPhone because it doesn't have a keyboard. Right.
It looks a lot like the iPhone, too.
Up close, not so much. I fiddled around with it today. It's a nice looking device. It feels pretty good. I wouldn't call it sexy at all.
But you would call the iPhone sexy?
Would I call the iPhone sexy?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Always. I have to say that the devices that Apple builds are, by and large, some of the sexiest products you'll ever see. They always attract the eye before you even know what it is. This looks like phones that you may have seen before, but it does more. And one of the big selling points here is that it's an open platform with a whole corral of applications that you can download to it, use, and do new things with.
Use and do new things, but what about old things? What about things like text messages and calls? How does it do that?
Those are fine. Now we haven't tested this phone yet. It just came out today, but it's a 3G phone. It's going to be on the 3G network. It's also on other networks, that are slower, but it's on 3G. And we don't know how good the call quality is. It's on T-Mobile.
Do you have to have T-Mobile?
Yes, it's an exclusive deal right now. This first phone is just on T-Mobile.
How much is it?
$179. So that's a decent price for a phone, but of course then there's the plans.
The plans,
so it's not
of course,
like,
yeah.
Right, the data plans, which are going to be between $25 and $35 a month.
All right, so what does this mean for the market, Lance? You cover this stuff all the time for PC Mag. What are we talking about? This is a crowded marketplace now.
It is a crowded market. This is a market that I keep expecting to compress, to start collapsing a little bit, because consumers don't thrive on confusion. There are so many choices, and for me, the market seems to, there's a lot of other phones, a lot of little phones from big and small manufacturers, but usually the question I get the most right now is, should I get an iPhone or a BlackBerry? So now they're going to, oh, great, there's one more choice. However, I don't think the G1 is going to rocket forward the way the iPhone has in the marketplace, because, the iPhone hasn't been around that long, certainly not as long as the BlackBerry.
Right, and there are some Google lovers, of course. There are some Google haters as well, to say the least. This is kind of hitting you over the head with the Google branding.
Yeah, well, yes and no. The phone doesn't have a big Google on it, but the fact that it has a physical button for search and you hit that and it launches Google Search, that indicates it's a Google phone. It also has Gmail. It also has Google Talk. It also has Google Maps. So those applications are baked in, and that's when you start to realize this is a Google phone. But it's not that other smartphones don't have similar applications. I will say that one application that I did truly love, and I got to experience it a little bit, is this thing called Compass. And they took Google Maps and the Street View that they've been creating, and then what you do is you hold the phone, and if you turn north or south or east or west, the view on the street changes at the same time. That's pretty cool.
Okay, that's cool. The QWERTY keyboard is cool. So at first glance, of course, we have to hear more about it. Thumbs up, thumbs down.
Wait, can I do this?
The middle thumb? Sure. All right.
I really want to decide. We want to test it and figure it out.
Okay. Just at first glance, Lance Ulanoff, thanks for the nuts and bolts with this new Google phone. We appreciate it.
Pleasure.